How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with my third of three. That makes sense. Collab goodness from Revolution Brewing, Hot Butcher for the World. It's their Maintains and Shapes. Yeah, this is, as they put it, in Illinois recreational lager. What does that make it? I have no idea. 5.5% alcohol by volume. Done and done. Got a little bit of a factory, got a little bit of a capitalism. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, it looks like a political statement to me. Don't mind it. But we're going to dive into it. You're talking about a classic lager stylings from two breweries that I think do a pretty good job on both ends of the spectrum. Oh, man. I know what they're going for already. Illinois recreational lager. Are they going for like an adjunct style lager? We'll see what's what. Label-wise, dig the Jets vibes. Beer-wise, you could kill all the ants in the world. Sorry, PETA. All the ants in the world with this beer. Because it is magnifying glass clear. Soft carbonation. Index finger. Infinitely crumbly. Crumbly? Is that a word? Crumbly head. We could do the whole kind of slow pour kind of pills thing on this thing if we wanted to. Then again, wouldn't be able to get a nose. Already kind of screwed myself. So we'll see what's what. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is... It's what you'd expect from a classic American adjunct lager. And that's just clear as could be. Soft little carbonation. Crumbly, white, foamy head to it. That's a recreational lager. Making up things now, I guess. Let's get a nose. I think I'm smelling things. Here. Am I getting peaches on this? Because you expect a lager. You don't expect them to go kind of kooky with the hops or anything like that. It's super clear. I can get residual stuff from like hair stuff. And I did a mystery beer that kind of had a little peach thing going on before this. So we'll see what's what. Yeah, it's kind of dissipating a little bit. I think that's a residual thing that's actually not in the beer. What I'm getting on that kind of second or third kind of snort, because I'm not really even getting a nose on this, I'm literally just snorting beer at this point, is a nice kind of slightly toasted kind of crackery malt, a little bit of bittering, done and done. Yeah, it had to be that other beer. Because each huff, because we're not even smelling now, we're huffing, it just brings this big, malty, slightly toasted, grainy component to it, which is pretty nice. Outside of that, I'm really not getting much as far as bittering or anything like that. We're just going to dive right in. Cheers. Oh, that's pleasant. I like that. I mean, they call it a recreational lager. 5.5%. It's an American lager. Minus the adjunct level of the show. Because it's really, that little toasty component to the malt there doesn't really come to a head in a taste. It's more of a nose thing for me. What's left behind is a classic kind of, Pilsen kind of malt kind of thing going on. A nice kind of bittering. I would say kind of mostly generic sans, a little bit of kind of like tea-like kind of vibes to it. Maybe even a little bit of citrus rind to get a little bit of citrus off this. Relatively clean. I wouldn't go to call it high-level crispy boy status, but it definitely wants to get there. There's a little bit of heft to the body to keep it from that ultra-light kind of crispy boy thing. It is kind of what I assumed it was going to be, and I kind of talked myself out of that, and I'm kind of working my way back towards it, which is their version of American adjunct lager with zero of the adjunct ingredients. It's very much Miller High Life without those kind of adjuncty, kind of corny, ricey kind of ingredients to it, because it really is Pilsner malt driven. Even a little heftier. And that dash of Vienna. Little pills, little carapils, little Vienna in there. Just give a little bit more of heft. A nice kind of bittering. Has a little dollop of citrus to it. Done and done. It just doesn't have those kind of corny, kind of racy vibes that you get from a lot of like American adjunct lager. For me, Miller High Life as being kind of like one of the more cleaner, well done versions of that. It's kind of like that beer. It is. But a much better version of that beer. Much cleaner, much more organic, much more what you'd expect that beer to be, 60, 70, 80 years ago kind of thing going on. It's tasty. It's chuggable. It's a recreational lager through and through. The only problem with these beers, and it's kind of a problem with all of them when it comes to craft breweries, is this beer is meant to be drank in copious amounts. It's meant to be drank in 15 packs and 30 racks and twofers if you're from Canada. It is one of those beers that you're supposed to be, barbecue and golf and the whole nine with. I'm assuming with a collab from two pretty damn good breweries, I'm assuming this is going to get up there. $14 give or take. I mean, Hot Butcher keeps their price points really, 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 really nice. Let's put it that way. But I'm assuming this got up there. And considering it's kind of like a big collab, I'm assuming maybe it was a little bit hyped, so it kind of went fast. I want it in a 30 rack, but I'm probably paying $14 for a 4-pack that I had a hard time getting. So that's kind of where this one kind of is like, it's awesome as it is, but I want this in quantity. Not that it's not quality, it certainly is. I just want it in quantity. And it's not something I can get in quantity. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah. Delicious. Fantastic. Really well-made lager. Didn't really even talk about like any kind of super overt lager vibes. It's not ultra sulfury. It's clean and crisp and that whole kind of nine. But as far as a yeast phenol kind of thing, it's not really leaning heavily into a lager. It's just more of that adjunct lager thing where it's more crisp and clean and not getting kind of super lagery on it. It ends up being a really tasty beer. Let's talk about it. Is this one of the better American adjunct-ish kind of lagers coming from crafty breweries? Yeah, I mean, listen, there's ones that do it and do it well. You're talking about Threes Brewing with their Valette. I mean, Jack's Abbey across the line. This is up there with that level of stuff. It has a little bit of flair to it. It's that little bit of extra heft and the way that kind of hop comes off that little zip of citrus kind of sets it apart from a generic kind of even a craft lager, let alone a macro lager, but it's tasty. AF. Value and availability, no idea. Somebody out there in the old Chicago lands, let me know what's what. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like lager. If you like good, well-made beer. If you like chuggers. If you like recreational activities. If you like beer. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check Matt in the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check Matt in the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little lager right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.